Hello everybody, how's it going? As you can see, my desk is here, yay! So I am getting this room all set up and ready to record in. That is where I will be recording from. My monitor is here as well, somewhere out on the floor over there. It is safe, don't worry. I'm just talking to myself. PC should be arriving Thursday. I've not had an update from them though about a delivery date, but hopefully Thursday, Friday, and then I can crack on with this. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give you a tour of my map collection on there before I put them on the walls. I was going to do it when they were on the walls, but it kind of makes sense to do it when they're out and about because some of them are sort of double-sided. But yeah, aim of the game is to be recording from here and have it sort of a bit aesthetic. I mean, not that it isn't aesthetic right now, but a bit more aesthetic in the background with maps and shit on there. But yeah, I love maps, so I think maps are cool. I've got, when they're in front of me, not as many as I thought, but I'll take you through them. It'll be quicker than the CD collection though, so yeah, let's go. Still got my records to go through if anybody wants to see the record collection as well. But yeah, we'll crack on right into it. So first up is the piece de la resistance, the map of Afghanistan. This is where it all started. I picked this up in a lovely antique shop in Berwick upon Tweed. And this is the first map I ever bought. I'm now, well, I think you could class me, well, I want to be a map collector. It's, as you enter, well, I say middle-aged, I'm 30, but my back feels like it's middle-aged. But as you enter the latter stages of life, I think everybody needs a niche to collect. And just showing the map back there, I will open it up for you now. This is the map of Afghanistan, pride and place. I'm going to try and get some of these framed because I've just been sort of sticking them on the walls, but it's expensive. So you suckers need to like and subscribe so I can make money from this, eh? Anyway, let's open her up. So yeah, this one's a double-sider, and as you can see, it's relief mapping. So look at that. You even got bits of Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Down here, you got Pakistan. This, as it says, is the northern half of Afghanistan. Yeah, that's what it's showing off. Points of interest, legend. Look how cool this is, man. There we are. Even got a in-depth look at the city centre of Kabul. Like, how cool is that, man? Look at that. It's an absolute beaut. This will probably be the first one I get framed. But yeah, it's two-sided, so that's the northern half. And then here we've got the southern half. So don't really know much about the geography of Afghanistan. I mean, I know I've got a map of it. I'm looking at a map of it right now. But it's not on GeoGuessr, so don't really know. I mean, preconceived notions of it, hilly desert, and that's sort of what it looks like. So it's down here in the southern half, it looks a bit flatter, and then obviously very hilly, and I think it actually goes up into the Himalayas, doesn't it? Let's have a look, let's check. Yeah, see, we checked the map. You got Iran on there as well as Turkmenistan, all the way down there. So yeah, really, really cool one, that, the Afghanistan map. Probably my favourite. What a find. Next up is our map of Panama. Get a bit sort of, not crinkled, but folded over in the move. I thought I'm usually, well, no. Next up, we've got our map of Panama, held down nicely here by a box of batteries and a 1997 hosteling guide for England and Wales. Do not know why I have that. It would have been 2 when that came out. But if anyone's got a time machine and wants to go back hosteling and wants to know what's happening in England and Wales, do hit me up and I will lend it you. But I will need it back because it's important and I can't get rid of it for some reason. Anyway, yeah, it's got a bit folded up in the move. I'm not really the most gentle with things, but I thought I took a bit more care of this. So that's a bit annoying, but I got this for Christmas actually. But we get it up on the wall, straighten it out, bit of conversion therapy for it, you know. But yeah, it is a reprint. It's not like an original old one, but I think it's still pretty cool. Map of Castilla de Oros, Panama on the Spanish Main. So this will be pre-canal, I imagine. And it's just got like sort of old historical stuff going on with it. Again, don't really know much about the history of Panama.
matching the Spanish did conquer it. But yeah, as you can see, really quite nice and cool. I will keep this brief again because the CD one went on for way too long. But yeah, there's the map of Panama. So next up is my 1637. So that is the year that this was made. Map of Abyssinium. I picked this up in an antique shop in Morpeth that was shutting down. And he was like, just have it for like 30 quid, which I think is a bargain. Like I said, the Afghanistan one was probably my favourite, and I think it is because it's saucy as hell. But this is a great find. I mean, having it framed as well is pretty sick. But yeah, an old map of East Africa. Abyssinium it refers to Ethiopia, I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong on that. But this is obviously not what Africa looks like. But it must have just been as it was drawn. But yeah, as you can see, super, super cool on this one. Yeah, big love to this one. Very, very nice find. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, look, I'm just mainly I trawl through charity shops and antique shops. Don't really. I mean, I could probably spend a hell of a lot more money on more stuff like this, and believe me, I will. But just at the brief beginning stages of my obsession, this is up there with the best ones I've found, to be honest. Next up, I'm just getting my only other framed one out the way. And this is Gab got it me for my birthday last year, I think, and it's an old one of Orkney and Shetland, really quite cool again. I'll show you another one. I do actually have, I think it's Orkney as well. I'll show you that one afterwards on a different map. But yeah, really cool. Not the Shetland Islands and not the Orkney Islands, Orkney and Shetney. I used to follow someone on Twitch from Shetland, and they were pretty insistent on that is how you should refer to them. But yeah, another cool one, and does it not just look so much better framed? So yeah, give me the money. Here we are. This is my other one of Orkney, Bartholomew's. So I've got another one of these actually. They picked this up again in Morpeth, small town outside Newcastle. Great for antiquing. I'm not a big antiquer, but Gab is, and I'll go around and I'll hang about until I see some maps basically, and then blow it all on that. But I'll open her up for you. And as you can see, I mean, it's a bit worn, and yeah, I've been sticking them onto the walls. So, I mean, it was a bit tatty to begin with, but it's certainly a bit tattier. But yeah, in a frame, it would probably fix it. But yeah, really cool. This is an old one. So you've even got some writing up here. Bud Advocus, Mr. George something that I can't read the handwriting. But yeah, this is a bigger one of, well, the whole of Orkney, and you've got a bit of the Scottish mainland there as well. So like, John O'Groats should be up there. Yeah, John O'Groats is there for you. But yeah, that's that one of Orkney. I've got another one of these. They've quite a few of these that I found, the St. Bartholomew's. But I didn't want too much of the same thing. And I kind of like to spread it out across the world. I mean, I've got a fair few British ones. So I'm looking for sort of new areas that I haven't really covered. But yeah, that one there, really quite, I'll go a bit more zoomed in for you, but really quite neat and detailed. And Pictish village. So someone's marked on this. As you can see there, actually, one sec. As you can see there, I think that must be the Pictish village. So the Picts were the old race of people that used to live in Britain many years ago. I'm talking more than 20. And yeah, someone's drawn a line here, I think, of maybe they've actually used this as a map. Rather than me, fake map enjoyer, who just puts them on his walls. If you gave me an Ordnance Survey map and was like, hey, find your way out of here, I'd be screwed, but I'm a poser and I just like to look at them, basically. Here we are, we've got another of, he's not a saint, actually, he's got an old-timey name, so I just assumed he would be a saint. But it's Bartholomew again, and this is of Tyneside, so, away man. in my best Geordie accent. Have lived here for nigh on 10 years now, but I'm not going to disgrace myself by trying to attempt a proper Geordie accent. But yeah, we'll open her up. This is... Sorry, I mean, I should probably get a different phrase other than open her up, because it's getting a bit worn and tired now, and not overly fond of it to begin with. But yeah, we will look inside of this map. And as you can see there, what a beauty she is. No, well, I'm originally from Wales, and that is always has the biggest place in my heart. But my other love is the Northeast. I mean, yeah, as I said, I lived here for 10 years now. I can't really imagine anywhere else in England I'd like to live. Just a beautiful, beautiful part of the world. All of this coast up here is just absolutely stunning. Even you, Blythe, somewhere around here-ish is a great chippy that you can sit down in on the coast. Did get the bus last time I was in Blythe, though. I did get the bus back in rush hour, and it was absolutely terrible. But yeah, as you can see, Newcastle up to Tynemouth, South Shields. Even got good old Sunderland there, which is now where I spend most of my time working. Yeah, we have just moved to Gateshead over the river. So technically, don't even live in Newcastle anymore, because they are separate places. But basically, still a part of Newcastle. But yeah, and I mean, out into Northumberland, which is, again, a stunning part of the world. Anything that I can... Ponteland. Where are you? Ponteland, that's where all the footballers live. That's the posh bit. Great Persian restaurant there called The Teacher. I can just go around here and just be like, right, where are the good places to eat? But anyway, about the map. Yeah, see, height of landing, feet, all of this stuff, railways. You can read that. I can't be asked. Yeah, big up John Bartholomew. So Bartholomew wasn't even really his full first name. There we go. Edinburgh Geographical Institute. But yeah, super, super cool, that is. I can't really tell when it was made, but it feels kind of old. Yeah, but yeah, really, really cool. That is, oops, sorry about the thumb. That is my map of Tyneside. I've just looked at what's to come, and I do actually have quite a few maps. Anyway, just I think because it wasn't a massive pile, but now I'm looking at and how long each one of these is taking. But anyway, we've got Southwestern United States, and this is one of the National Geographic ones I've got. Got quite a few of these, and you can pick these up. Well, I've found a fair few of them about in many places, and you can pick these up for pretty cheap. Yeah, pretty. Not, I mean, it's rude to call it standard, but yeah, it's just a map, innit? But still really, really cool. I've had this on my wall since I got it. All the way from California over here to Colorado, New Mexico. So yeah, sort of your classic West. I mean, apart from Texas, but that's probably what I'd call the West. Or what, when you think of Westerns and John Wayne and everything, you think of sort of this area of the desert. But goes up a bit to Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, as any GeoGuessr player would know. Very, very hard to region guess this area. All sort of looks the same. Certainly those horrible ones up there, and Kansas and Nebraska and into that. But we're not talking about GeoGuessr, are we? But yeah, even got a bit of Mexico. I was going to just try and remember the northern states off the bat, but yeah, you got Baja California, and then Baja California Sur below it. Sonora, Chihuahua. Next one over is... Nope. And then the one on the end is Nuevo Leon. Anyway, embarrassed myself there. I don't know. Is it just Chihuahua? Anyway, not the best Mexico player. That's my map of the Southwestern United States. Another one of the National Geographics here is the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. So yeah, quite old. Just looking at overspills there. That's quite cool, actually. I don't actually have this up on my wall because, well, I've got another one of Russia, which I prefer. So if anyone wants this, I mean, let me know. Again, maybe it's a
a late 200 subscriber giveaway or something. But it's a bit skewed, as you can see, to fit all of it in. It sort of loops around a bit there. And then we've sort of got White Russian SSR. I don't know what some of these are. I don't even know if these are just including them in... I don't know if this is part of Russia. Yeah, because we still got Stalingrad there, haven't we? I haven't really taken a proper look at West Kazakhstan, you see. Yeah, I don't know when this is from, and if this is that's including them in the Russian Empire. My history and when all of this sort of broke up. It's a little dodgy. We've got Chosen Korea as well. Again, don't really know what that means, but let me know in the comments if you do. Chosen brackets Korea. Does that mean the old thing of it? Each soul is called Kyojo. And is that even broken up there? I don't think it is. Is that a unified Korea? Maybe. Maybe I should have this one up on my wall. But yeah, it's, I'll show you the other Russian one. But yeah, that's old Russia. Yeah, so this is the Soviet one I actually have on my wall. It's just a bit different, isn't it? It's quite cool. On the back, it's got obviously just a map of well, Russia and the Soviet Union. But yeah, this is Peoples of the Soviet Union. Some of the maybe depictions, I mean, it's an older one, so I don't know, they might be a bit out of time or whatever. But still pretty cool. Anyone doesn't know, Russia's quite big, innit? Yeah, you learned something. Russia is big. And there are lots of different people that live here, all the way from your Baltic states to your Siberian ones. You've got your Central Asian, your Eastern ones. And then, well, yeah, just Moldova, Belarus, stuff like that. Georgia, Armenia. Really, really cool. Got little descriptions about, well, summing up the races in one paragraph, which is fair enough. And then, yeah, a little description about the heritage of the Soviet people there. Not going to read it. If you want to, it's there. Yeah, and key to ethno-linguistic groups. So, yeah, it basically just shows you where each one is. As you can see, though, Russian is quite... the other groups are sort of just dotted about everywhere, and it's just blah Russian, you know, because they did, yeah, they conquered quite well, obviously, as you can see by how big it is. But yeah, that's the Peoples of the Soviet Union map. I'm not ever parting with that one. I am a big fan of that. Sorry, before I forgot to say, a few intricacies about this map and the ways, and obviously it's squashed quite a bit. So this here is Murmansk. Murmansk does not look like that. It should be somewhere, well, wherever Finland is supposed to be, up here. As is Ukraine, does not look like that either. So they've sort of just jammed everything into it. This is another one by the National Geographic as well. But yeah, certainly in the extremities, that's down there is Georgia and Armenia. Kamchatka and Sakhalin are completely skewed, as is, well, Vladivostok area. But I mean, yeah, to fit it all into one, it probably would have had to make it a bit bigger if they were to do it proper proportions. But I was looking at it and I was like, what the hell is that there? And yeah, that's like the Murmansk Peninsula, or the Kola Peninsula, as it's properly called. But yeah, not the most accurate map, but still quite cool and unique, I think. Gonna kill two birds with one stone here, because I am aware of how fried everybody's attention spans are. And I think this is the last of the National Geographics. We've got the Balkans, pre-split up of Yugoslavia. Look how sick that is. That's not a political comment. I'm not getting into whether or not Yugoslavia should be Yugoslavia or not before any Serbs or Croats or anyone in between has an argument over me. But yeah, you got Czechoslovakia there as well. So yeah, it's quite nice to have these old maps, and you can see, well, just sort of generally just how different it was to the maps that we have today. But that's Yugoslavia. Another fond one. I did recently read about the fall of Yugoslavia.
horrifying, but also quite a boring read. It was just sort of long stretches of in-depth geopolitics, and there wasn't a big page turner, but I'm glad I read it. We've got suburban Washington, and we've got tourist Washington. Can't remember. I think I have tourist Washington side up, but I might change it over to the suburban bit. But yeah, this is generally really quite cool. As you can see, you've got the US Capitol there, the mall. I'm not well versed in what a lot of these things are. I know what the White House is, but that's to all you Americans who this is ingrained in you. The Pentagon's there. I know what the Pentagon is as well. And then we've got suburban Washington here, which is again really quite cool. Next up, we're having a bit of break from the maps. It's still technically geography based. We got a bit bogged down in the whole National Geographics there, so I'm keeping it fresh. And this is, I actually don't know how to describe this. I'm pretty sure it's Crimea. I think I've done like Google Translate on this. Any Cyrillic understanders in the comments, do let me know if I am right. Pretty sure I am, but it's not a tourist guide. Again, it's sort of all in Russian or Ukrainian. I'm not getting bogged down in what part of the world Crimea belongs to. We're keeping it light. But yeah, I can't read that. But it's basically just postcards, sort of what I assume is Crimea. It looks very, very like lovely, to be honest. I don't really. Sort of, if a country's in GeoGuessr, I've got a good tell on what it is. But these sort of more obscure regions, I never really have an understanding of what they look like. So stuff like this is actually pretty cool. As you can see, we've got some. But yeah, it's sort of advertising it in some way. But yeah, I have no idea what any of that reads. But yeah, I mean, it's just a dead cool find. Really quite. Again, I picked this up in Morpeth in Aunt Funny's Emporium, which is an absolutely beautiful place. But yeah, that's that. Whatever it is. Anyone has any ideas? Well, tell me, because I don't really know how to describe it. But yeah, dead cool. Moving onwards, next up is, it does technically have a map on it, so yeah, we are still keeping in the theme, but it is geography based and I couldn't not show it. Got to me by my good friends Bex and all, and what a find this is. This is absolutely class. It's been rolled up, so that's why it's being held down, but yeah, it's flags of aspirant peoples, so sort of all separatist movements, maybe like unrecognized territories, some of them more well-known than others. I don't know the half of these on here and was surprised to find them out, but some really, really cool ones. It moves in sort of like place order. So we got sort of Africa here, bit of Europe, moving down to like Asia and stuff. But yeah, Friesland, did not know that. That's like northern Holland. I mean, I'll take you through them all actually. This first one here, I found this on a GeoGuessr map of separatist nations. And basically, that's a white supremacist town in South Africa that wants to secede from the main country. So yeah, what a way to start that is. But there we go. Let me know if you have heard of any of these ones at all. I had certainly all of those African ones, apart from that one. Not a clue on them. Azores, yeah. I mean, a lot of, you get islands, sort of like extreme parts of nations, maybe. Way more actually in Europe than you'd think. Wallonia, Flanders. Where's the Astrakhan? Because that's the one. South Ossetia, these sort of ones around here, around your Caucasus. Abkhazia, that's the one, and that's not Astrakhan. Those are the ones that. Oh, sorry. Where was I pointing? Here, they're the ones that I sort of I knew of as well. But yeah, some really, really cool ones on here. Okinawa there. Mizoram, which is the Indian island. A few in India here. Tamil Nadu. So yeah, if you think sort of ones at extremities of nations, the Mary Nation, maybe more not actually a defined place, but a people as well. Super, super cool. I'm going to go down the bottom here. But yeah, some cool flags that you've probably never seen before in your life. Mexican Americans, like the Kimmer Mountain tribes. Some really, really cool ones here. Look at this real flag. Yeah, I'm going to spend a bit more time on this because this is a dead cool one. Newfoundland, Hawaii. Don't know why anybody would want to get out of the United States right now, but yeah, apparently they do. And then we've got Chad up here. We've got 3 that want to get out of Chad, and they're all just called Chad. So you've got the Chad National Liberation Front, the North Chad Separatist Movement, and the Republic of Logone in South Chad. So it seems both the North and the South don't want to be in Chad. Fair enough. The Lebanese Christians, I've just seen that there. Fair enough. That's cool, really. South Tyrol. Austrians of Alto Adige, North Italy. Damn, dude. Celtic Union. Was there one in Northern Republic? No, I just thought that was Northern Ireland. Was there a British one at all? Ulster. Here we are. There we go. I thought I knew there was a British one. Where's Wales? I mean, Wales already is a separatist movement, but Wales wants, there is a Welsh independence movement, that's what I meant. And apparently a Yorkshire one as well. Anyway, that's that one. I've waffled on that one for a fair bit. We've got these ones down here, I'll give them that love. The New Mon State Party in Burma. How are you, Marner? Yeah, that is the flags of aspirant peoples. Thank you very much to Rebecca and all for that one. I think this is actually another gift from Rebecca and all. And it's of Southern Anglesey, or Innismon, as it is officially called now, because there is more of a drive to call things by their traditional Welsh names. So as you can see there, as the likes of Eryri and Wyddfa for Snowdon and Snowdonia, which is, yeah, their official names and what people should refer it to. Will I refer to them as that? I mean, I do care about the Welsh language, but I am a creature of habit, so I will slip. But I'll try. And this is, yeah, basically the island off the northwest coast of Wales, home to the most northerly point in Wales. This is where you get the ferry across to Ireland from. We did recently go there, the Flint Peninsula down here. So yeah, Portmanic, lovely place down there. Down here you've got sort of like Aberystwyth, Barmouth, Aberdyfi. Beautiful part of, well, the Welsh and wider British coastline. It's just a stunning part of the world, to be honest. But yeah, recently went to, for my mum's birthday, we went to Beaumaris Castle on Anglesey. It was a lovely, lovely place. Yeah, great castle. But yeah, that's that map there. Oh, sorry, one last thing. One of my favourite place names in the world, which is Milford Haven. A haven for MILFs, if anybody did not know. Keeping up with the gifts from Rebecca and all, they've got me more than I thought, actually. Yeah, thanks for this one as well. This was actually, I didn't actually make this tatty. This was just quite old as it is, and it's I'll get it out for you. But it's a map of Austria, or Österreich, as it's known in German. So it's an absolute freaking giant. Like, I don't actually have this on my wall just because it's massive. As you can see, it goes all the way down here into Slovenia, because we've got a bit of Ljubljana there. But I think this is the centre of Vienna, down here, or Salzburg, is it? Salzburg, Vienna, Innsbruck, Munich as well. Cool. But yeah, that's an absolute giant of really quite thorough. And, oh yeah, it's Germany at the top here, because it's got Augsburg as well. It's not just Munich. So yeah, what you're looking at there is mainly Germany. I'll go a bit further down, but that's Austria. But yeah, look at that for an absolute beauty. What a tank that is. Do we go down into Rijeka? So we've got Italy down here as well, because we've got Venezia and Verona. So it's actually, yeah, that's why it's so big, because it doesn't just cover Austria. It covers, well, the whole of that sort of region of the Alps. Do we have Switzerland? We've got something called Schweiz. And we've got St. Gallen there, so yeah, that's Lake Zurich, is it? Where is Zurich? Zurich's up there, Geneva's there. Zurich? No, it's not.
It's one of the lakes there. Zurich's down here, isn't it? Yeah. I get confused. At least I didn't call it Lake Geneva, because Geneva is the one next to France, isn't it? I am a map fraud. But yeah, I'll try and get the whole of it in. Again, I'm 5'6", so I can't really climb much higher to get it all in. But there we go. Yeah, cool one. So yeah, I might actually put the big ass Austria one up on the wall, because it would be a pretty good statement piece, and I am wanting to fill a whole wall full of. I mean, it's a bit of a bigger room here. Well, it's about the same size as my old room, but it feels bigger and it feels like I've got more wall space. Dartboard there. I am terrible, but yeah. Moving on, I've got pretty hot one right now. So if any of you, I've got the tourist guide map for Iran. Pretty handy in today's current climate. If anybody was thinking about again going to Iran for a little holiday, yeah, I've got I can show you the ropes. So honestly, a part of the world that I'd really love to visit. I mean, the Middle East, it probably gets quite a bad rep because of, well, everything that everybody tells you about it. But it's probably such a rich part of the world and beautiful part of the world that I'd really love to see if things sort of died down a bit. But I'll open her up for you. We're back with Open Her Up, but I will open her up for you, and we'll have a look inside the tourist guide map of Iran. So as you can see here, it is quite big, and we'll go spill into, so we've got double Afghanistan in this video, Kuwait, all the surrounding sort of ones there. So that's quite odd, because we've got the USSR. Pakistan, Oman Sea, bit of Oman here. Spelt Muscat like that. That must be the proper spelling for it. But yeah, mainly Iran here, as you can tell, is hilly. There's a lot of settlements by the coast, and then you get into the sort of more deserty bit here. But yeah, certainly a part of the world that a country that I really did quite want to visit at some point. But yeah, that's basically just got a map of it on the back there. A bit of a legend there for you as well. As you know, it was called Persia beforehand, and then I think this is just a list of all the sort of like place names in alphabetical order. But turn it over. Yeah, look how cool this is. Like, look how cool. It's like got hotels you should stay at. You know, what to wear, climate, language, stuff like this. Like, just, you know, in the days before the internet, like what to eat in Iran. Like, this is what happened. You'd have like guides like this. You'd go to like travel agencies and they'd tell you. It's like really quite cool. You've got sort of different relief maps here as well. I think this is Iran Air Intercity Network. Look at that. Railway and major roads. I don't think I've ever really truly had a proper look at this. Like not like, maybe when I first got it, but I sort of briefly put it away and haven't really had a look. But yeah, hotels you to stay at. The soul dancing looks, or sounds pretty tasty. Don't know if they're still up and running, but yeah, that's the tourist guide to Iran. So cool that is. Right, we're nearly there. I think these were a gift as well, actually, from Ellie, who I used to work with. And these, I saw these when I went up to Vindelandia, which is an old Roman settlement up in Northumberland. But they were too expensive for me to buy. But they're ancient Britain and Roman Britain maps. I will crack them out and we'll have a look on the inside. Because again, they're really quite cool. I'm holding this one hand, so sorry if the phone's a bit shaky because I'm holding it up so you can see the whole thing. But it's quite big. So this is only the north of, Scotland and a bit of the north of England here. And yeah, I mean, look at all of this on the outside. So this is, hopefully, I mean, I'm going to put some of the bigger ones up in here, definitely. And because, yeah, it's sort of, in my old room, I didn't. So this one might go up, to be fair, as I could do the top half of this and the bottom half of the Roman one, maybe. But yeah, sort of all the sort of like old, ancient structures or like stuff like, I don't know what you call that, rocks, structures, whatever. I'm not a historian, I like geography instead, but yeah, super cool on that. I'll turn it over. And as you can see here, a bit of the same on the back. Got Wales there. But yeah, sort of, if you're wanting to
also quite useful as well if you wanted to. I could probably crack this out and be like, look, what's close to us around that we could sort of go and visit. So yeah, great one there. I'll get the Roman one out as well. It's going to be pretty similar, but I'll give you a look at that one as well. So it is a bit different in that it is pretty much it's got all of the old Latin place names for everything. So yeah, really cool on that. And then yeah, pretty much the same with showing just your where you'd find your sort of Roman monuments and stuff like that. Where's Chester? Deva, yeah, because Chester's near me, and very sort of old Roman city with a lot of it still intact there. So yeah, really cool. As you can see, not much going on in Wales, because did they get into Wales? I'm going to stop talking there because I don't know much about the Romans. I don't know. I'd pretend to tell you something which I do not know enough about. But yeah, really cool. And as you can imagine, the north is... Well, actually check, because the Romans didn't get to Scotland, did they? Yeah, that's right there. So not as many, well, no settlements or anything, no sort of like stuff on the legend to look at in Scotland. Because I've seen if anyone saw the shit film The Eagle with Channing Tatum, who weirdly tried to play a Roman, even though he looks like one of the most American men of all time. Completely sucks you out of it, but it's basically about how the Romans didn't get into Scotland. As you can see, good old Hadrian put his wall there to keep them out, because obviously he didn't like them very much. But yeah, that's the Roman Britain map there. Finally, last two. I've got this, which is the Atlas of Improbable Places, which Gab got me for Christmas last year, I think. And basically, yeah, just... I honestly, and this is not me shitting on it, because we both said the same thing, and I thought they could have at least done it in colour. But, yeah, book of sort of Journey to the World's Most Unusual Corners. That's cool. And then you can tell I'm sort of... Basically, today I was like, right, I'm going to get my room sorted, and instead I've just done this. So I'm sort of conscious that I have wasted some time, and I probably just do need to crack on with doing it. But I love to procrastinate. Finally, we have the new popular edition 1-inch map of England and Wales cardigan. So sort of in and around the same area as before. I will get it up for you though. Sorry, completely wrong there. I got confused. We were in the Flynn Peninsula before. This is the Cardigan Bay. This is further safe. Not an area that I'm as well versed with. Again, I'm from mid Wales, so sort of like the north and west coast, even though this is still the west coast, but the more northern west coast. Not as well versed with the south. I did go on a couple of holidays down there, but certainly, yeah, not as familiar with some of the places on here. Although I did actually just spot Llangrannog here, which we used to go on sort of. It's not a school trip, but we went there, and there's T Gwyn as well. We went there as well. How do you describe it? Like, you go and stay away for somewhere for a couple of days in primary school and do like abseiling and shit like that. But yeah, a bit further away from me, but yeah, really cool as well. Yeah, as you can see there, sort of a bit of an older one as well. Yeah, really cool map there as well. That's all I've really got to say. If anybody, I've actually got something. If anybody has any maps that they want to get rid of or want to sell me, let me know. Or anyone knows where I can find some. Because yeah, besides like eBay and stuff, if there's like a directory, if there's any map fiends out there, hopefully if you're watching this, you are as well. But yeah, that concludes my map video. Hopefully, in a couple of days' time, you will be able to see them all up on the walls behind me, popping off on GeoGuessr. So, see you soon. Ta-ra!